everyone, welcome to our bee gnome workshop. So we are going to start off. The first thing you're going to need is, obviously, you need your hot glue gun. Make sure that is plugged in and ready to go. Also be handy to have some scissors close by. So the first thing we're going to do is grab your little styrofoam cone here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this just rectangular piece and we're going to put it around the bottom. So this is just going to be the base of our gnome. You'll kind of want to decide where you want the front, because you're going to want to just make sure that's where the nice side is. And then the back is going to be the side where it comes together. This is just going to be the base of your gnome. This is the beard's going to go over it, but this is just going to hide any styrofoam or anything that's going to peek through. And then, as always, I will do my PSA because Katie Dewald thinks it's hilarious. Hot glue is hot, guys. Even through fabric, if you stick your finger on it. So don't stick your finger on it, because hot glue burns are seriously the worst. And it's okay if this doesn't go on perfect, because you're going to be able to trim it. And it's going to be hidden quite a bit by your beard. All right. So once you've got that done, you can trim whatever you need. That's why you've got them scissors. A little extra right here. I'll trim right off. It's kind of hard. This thing's a cylinder, so it keeps moving. See what I mean? Hot mess express here. All right, so this is going to be my front. So at this point, what you can kind of do is you can grab your hat. You're not going to put the hat on yet, but you're just going to kind of get an idea of like what's going on here with this hat, how pointy you want it, how far up you want it. That's going to be the main thing, because what's going to happen here is you're going to figure out where you want that hat to sit. And then that is going to be basically where you're going to start attaching your beard pieces, because then what's going to happen is your beard pieces will go under your hat, so you won't see it. But you kind of want to get an idea, because that's how this is going to play out. And then your little nose and stuff's going to go. So if you want quite a bit of the beard showing, then you're going to want to pull your hat up. If you want just a little bit and you want a giant hat, you're going to want to pull it down. So play around with that, get an idea of what you've got going on there. Like I said, you can play with the hat, you can figure out, what you're going to do with it. So I'm actually thinking right about here is going to be good for me. I don't have anything handy here to mark on here, because you can actually mark it. Grab a pen here. I'm just going to mark a teeny tiny little spot, so I know when I take this hat off what's going on. All right, so what you're going to do, if you've done these sock gnomes, these aren't sock gnomes, Autumn. These are mop gnomes. If you've done these mop gnomes in the past, you kind of have an idea what's going on at this point. You're going to go around and attach these. Eventually, you're going to unwind them as well, so they got a little bit more gnome going on. So it's kind of a tedious process. There's also the likelihood of you sticking your finger in hot glue, which we all remember is what, guys? It's hot. So please be careful of your fingers. I speak like this because I am a hot glue gun super badly burned survivor. And let me tell you guys, it sucks. So you just kind of want to go around. I don't put all the glue on at once, because hot glue has a tendency to begin drying pretty quickly, so I do it in little sections here. And don't worry about the length, because you're going to be able to come back and trim your beard. So I hope you guys, if you are, ow, sticking your finger in hot glue. Hope you guys, as you are building your gnome collection here, you're enjoying the variety of different ways that we build gnomes. I've tried to look at different ways to make these guys so that's not always the same thing all the time. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. This gets tricky now that this little Gnomey guy gets side heavy with his beard. Keeps wanting to roll in that direction. All right, getting closer. And if you are sick of watching me do this, feel free to fast forward, guys. I will not be offended if you fast forward me attaching my Gnome beard. Or maybe you just have him playing while you're doing this, listening to me banter about absolutely nothing. That's always fun too, right? Remember, your scissors work as great little pusher downers into the hot glue, so you do not have to throw your fingers into it, because once again, what is hot glue? Hot glue is hot. All right, so once you've got that finished, and I may actually just pause the recording so you guys don't have to watch me do this part, because this could be super tedious and boring to watch. What you're going to do is you're just going to go through and you're going to unwind each of your mop pieces. And it's okay if when you're doing that, like you saw, this guy just came off. That's fine. Just go ahead and reattach it with more glue. So you'll just go through and you'll do that with each of your little pieces all the way around, to unwind these, just to give it more of that look. And then if you don't want to do that, you also don't have to. You can just leave it the way it is. But this just gives it more of like a beard look. But at the end of the day, this is your Gnomey, and you can do whatever you would like. So go ahead and do that. Like I said, I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back here once I've done and we will continue on. All right, guys. So once you got that beard on, you got it all unraveled, everything's looking tip-top there. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and attach your hat. So you're going to want to make sure that you find your front, and that's going to be pretty much not where the crease is. So mine's going to be just about here. Kind of get an idea of where you want that to fall on your gnome, because this is where it's all going to happen. And then you're just going to bring it around, straighten that out in the back. I'm going to start by just putting some glue back here on the back of. Remember, guys, hot glue is hot. Please do not stick your finger in it. I'm just going to wrap it by not sticking my finger in it. All right, so once you got that bad boy on, what you're going to do is you can go ahead and just a little tiny bit of glue up here. I would work in sections on this hat. There you go. Right. So you can kind of see big old pointy hat. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it pointy or do something with it where it flops down. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is once again find your front of your gnome. And you're going to want to grab your gnomey nose. And you're going to want to put that right where it intersects with the beard and the hat. Okay. Then you're going to grab your pipe cleaners. These are going to be your antennas. They're going to tuck into this little pocket that I made for you in the front of your hat. What you're going to do, this one's a done one. As you can see, there's a little bumble at the end. So you're going to grab your antenna. Going to make a little loopy-doop at the end. And then you're going to grab one of the little bees. And then the little bee, he's got a sticker on the back. You just got to unpeel it. And then you're going to go ahead and stick him onto the end of that antenna. You want to make sure he's got enough fluff to stay on there. And then you're going to want to just kind of play around with it. You're probably going to want to cut this antenna. You're not going to want this huge antenna, but I left it that way just so that you can make the decision on how big or little you want that. And then you can just go ahead and cut those. And like I said, they're just going to tuck right on in there. So just a little bit of glue in there. Tuck that bad boy in there. You might have to put some behind it too. I don't know. You'll just have to play with it and see if it stays on there. I think I'm actually going to stick some right behind it too, because I want to be able to bend these bad boys. So I need to make sure they're pretty secure here. All right, so we got those on. So then at this point, you can kind of do whatever you would like with your hat. There is some ribbon in your kit. You can use to, if you just want to do a bow and, you know, put it over here. If you, you know, want to flop your hat over and tie it, you can do that. I honestly am not sure yet what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until I can set him upright. It's a little hard to do when I'm filming before I decide where to put the bow. And then at this point also you can go ahead and set him upright and you can trim that beard. So if it's way too long over the bottom, go ahead and trim it. Something you can do with the excess here, I'll show you guys. So if you trim your excess beard and you've got, you know, a handful of it, if you want to flip up and then just do another layer here, I'll show you guys here. Trim a little bit. So say I've got this excess, if you want to just do another layer and then put that down as well, so you've got a double layer of beard, that would be something you can do with that extra that you trim off. So, all right, well, there is your Bumble Gnome. Make sure that you take a picture of him, show us how yours turned out. There's lots of opportunities here to get creative with yours, so just make sure you upload a picture so that we can all see it.